super high pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for a night of spooks and scares and maybe some laughs? I'm going to need you to make more noise than this. Are we ready? Come on, let me hear you make some noise, louder! Right, can I please welcome to the stage your spooky compere of the evening, Count Ed Dearden!
Hello Lancaster, are we feeling good? Well, you shouldn't be! Because do you know what day it is? Hello sir, what's your name? Hello Henry. Do you know what day it is, Henry? It's Halloween! Halloween, the spookiest night of the year. Do you know why it's the spookiest night of the year? Because all the monsters, all the ghouls, all the spooky vamps like me are all getting their clothes on, getting ready to go out. They're ready to trick, and they're ready to treat. Now sir, hello, what's your name?
Michael.
Hello Michael. Do you like trick-or-treating?
I do.
Have you ever been trick-or-treating?
I have, yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Which is your favourite? Trick or treat?
Tricks.
Tricks. What kind of tricks do you do?
I've never actually tricked anyone.
Ah, see, I'm well versed in tricks. I went to the Trick Academy. The Trick Academy of ghouls and vamps. The ghouls aren't so good at tricking, they're pretty good at treating. The vamps, tricksy. Tricksy like Mixie, me. That is. Hello sir. What's your name? Hello Matt. Trick or treat? I don't have any treats. No. I can give you a trick. A trick? Okay. Ooh. Tricked and spooked. That's a spooky trick right there. I've got more. I've got an impenetrable pocket of tricks. Hello sir, what's your name?
Sam.
Hello Sam. Trick or treat? Don't have any treats.
I'll shoot them from.
Got a spooky spider on your shoulder, Sam.
Ah!
Spooked. Hello sir, what's your name?
Jack.
Hello Jack. Trick or treat?
Trick.
Cottoned on. Ooh! That's an oldie but goodie. But tonight isn't just about tricks, and it's not just about treats. It's about spooky joy. Hello, what's your name? Hello, Dervler. What's your favourite kind of spooky joy? A pumpkin's party? A Skellingman's birthday? Vampire vandalism. That's spooky joy, and it brings spooky misery to others. That's what I call a spooky thing. Anyway, spooking is serious business. I like to spook. Do you like to spook?
Sure.
What's your name?
Dave.
Hi Dave.
Hello.
Do you like to spook?
Love it.
What's your favourite spook?
Just give me some options.
Okay, options. Okay, you've got Eggy Spook. You've got the Silly String Spook.
These like the Smurfs.
Got the TP Spook. Do you like a TP
I
Spook?
love a TP spook.
I was gonna TP the audience tonight, but I couldn't nick any bog roll from any of the toilets around here. So that's a little behind the scenes fact. So Henry, I've spoken to you. What's your favourite kind of spook? The skeleton kind. Don't we all love skeletons? Which brings me on to my special friend who is here today. It's Scary Stan, the Scary Skeleton Man. And he's here to say hello. It's his voice. His little baby skeleton. He was born a skeleton. Just to stress that point. He's happy. He's lived a happy life. Well, afterlife. Not that he died. Just to clarify. Anyway, tonight we have a few spooky rules. The spookiest of rules. And as spooky rules, if you don't follow them, you're going to get spooked. You see those big spooky doors back there? Don't go through them. they make a big spooky noise. Go to those, they make a far less spooky noise. Don't want to out-spook the spooksters on stage tonight with a spooky noise. And the next rule, there's a camera at the back there. Don't knock it, or I'll spook your lights out. Don't use your phones. They'll buzz like a spooky, buzzing little ghost. And also, don't talk to the acts. Talk to me. I'm a spooky vamp, I can take it. These other acts, they ain't no monsters. They can't take the spooks, they can't handle the spooks. So anyway, I'm about to introduce the next act. I'm going to do a little thing to build some energy in the room. Hello, what's your name? Hello, Andy. I'm going to spook you. I'm going to spook you, okay? And then you need to make the spookiest... Can I hear your spookiest noise? Just do ooh. So do you want to do a spooky noise? Come on. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to spook this fine gentleman. And he will make a spooky noise. And then we will all join in. Make a spooky choir of spooky voices. And we'll spook the next act right onto the stage. Okay? So let's just practice the spooks, okay? Ooh! Yeah, everyone joins in, okay? And after that, I'm going to introduce my next act, who is the wonderful Tom Clements. He was birthed by vampires, and that's what makes him spooky. It wasn't me. Didn't birth him. Anyway. Ooh! Welcome to the stage, our next act, Mr. Tom Clements!
Oh, guys, that was really spooky. I'm wetting myself now, not literally. Hello, how are we all? Are we good? Yeah. Let's get a kind of enthusiastic cheer for week 4. Yeah, there are only 30s in the room. Yeah, it doesn't get any better. I found that at the start of this term I've been staying up really late because I've got so much work. It was the 3rd year. I just find myself staying up these late periods at night, till like 3, 4 in the morning, until the little man appears in the corner of the television, telling me to go to bed. Or at the very least, I assume that's what he's telling me. I can't sign. What I don't understand is, why is deaf programming on so late at night? Because deaf people they're not nocturnal. And like, some of them have jobs. The labour force consists of at least 3 million people who have some kind of hearing difficulty. And that's on the increase, because those figures from 2013. Don't worry, sir. Everyone tells half lies in stand-up. Like, yes, I haven't used the figures from this year, but God. But it's never like the absolutely best stuff that they've decided to put on at 3 in the morning, but signed. It's always like, you know, mushrooms. What do you know? Mould. Don't know much about it? You will by the end of this. Decomposition. How does it affect you? That one's for the dead. That's my spooky joke for the evening. It's anyone that's remotely spooky. But yeah, I stay up these very late at night, and I don't really get much enjoyment from television anymore. So I spend a lot of time on my phone and like flipping through various apps. And one I get a lot of interest out of is Tinder! Woo! Yeah, a mixture of groans, a cheer, and just stony, depressed silence. I find Tinder really, really strange, because essentially you just kind of judge people, like, quite consistently. And so, you know, that's why I like it, because I'm a sociopath. And I like judging people. Now, if you think that's a bit mean, I never get any fucking matches on Tinder, so I'm judged even worse than I judge others. But it's strange, because when you do match with someone, you get up a little circle, don't you? A little circle appears. They say, oh, you've matched with them. Do you want to send them a message now? Or do you want to keep playing? Oh, I don't know. I don't really understand. Is it kind of like double your money or nothing? It's strange. But But the other day, I matched with a woman on Tinder, and the dilemma then is that how do you message them? Because they're a complete stranger who you've never spoken to before, and you haven't met in any kind of corporeal form. So I always generally just open with something really inconsequential, like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" Now I know a lot of you are thinking, "Tom, you warming winter stew." You should have opened with a chat-up line to chat them up. And I know I should have. So that's why this evening I've prepared some chat-up lines for all of you. Don't try and go out with me. This is just an act. So no, don't laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. No, it's not. Please. And so I've got these chat-up lines, and I'm just going to kind of trial them here, so that I can go back to Tinder and use them. So okay, here's the start of the chat-up lines. Did it hurt when you fell down from heaven? Because that leg looks broken. Very good chat-up lines. Hello, sir. How are you? Do you believe in love at first sight? Because I've been standing here for 5 hours and I haven't blinked. Why don't you pretend that my pants are France and invade them? Because I'm blitzkrieg in the bedroom and Auschwitz everywhere else. On that subject. Me and you, we could make a race of super children. That one's just eugenics. I don't know how that one got in there. I'm genuinely, really, really sorry. More wonderful chat-up lines. Wonderful, wonderful chat-up lines. Do you have a map? Because I need to find a bar to pick up women who haven't berated me verbally on several occasions. Do you know CPR? Because my dad's fallen over and he isn't getting up. Some chat-up lines there, some great Tinder chat-up lines. And so, you know, I will use those in future, but on this occasion, I'm just getting more of the mic cable here. And on this occasion, I didn't use those classic chat-up lines, which will work 100% of the time. I just messaged something quite cocky, okay, because I hadn't got a match in a while, and thought, oh, well, you know, this must be quite significant. Yeah, something's going to come out of this. Tom's going to have a nice, sexy time. I didn't. And I just messaged her saying, what is it that you find most attractive about me? Now, of course, there are several things that could be the answer here. My cracking bod I've got going on, my quite deep timbre I have to my voice, my glasses, my lack of criminal convictions. The list is endless, but I've only said 4. So I messaged her saying, what is it that you find most attractive about me? And this is what she said. Hi, Tom. My flatmate started this as a joke, and I'm in a long-term committed relationship. I don't really know why you're still talking to me. Please don't attempt to contact me again, you pervert. What's a bit of face? Yeah, an R for Tom, the low status figure. And so that presented me with a challenge. 1, I can't lose face. 2, how can I turn this to my advantage? So what I said to her is, okay, I've appeared foolish in front of a perfect stranger, that's fine. I can come back from that. But at the end of the day, is love not about bearing yourself before someone and feeling as stupid as you possibly can and being able to just wrap yourselves in their arms and say, it's okay. You don't need to feel embarrassed anymore, because that's the companionship that we have, that we can be that humiliated in front of each other. So in that vein, roses are red, violets, just fuck it, I can't be bothered anymore. Thank you, you've been great, I've been talking.
Wasn't he spooky, everybody? Wasn't he spooky? I was quivering in my vampire shoes. Ooh, vampires are notorious shoesmiths. Just a little vamp fact for you all. Thank you, Helpman. I bet you have vampire blood in you. Or you will by the end of the night. Anyway, I'm a bit of a spooky statistician. Don't know about you. So I thought I'd conduct a bit of a poll. Not a sharpened poll, because I might fall on it and die. But a poll nonetheless. What is the spookiest monster? Ghosts? Vampires? Scary ghouls? Wizards? They're less spooky, but they can whip up a spooky spell if they want. Hello, sir. What's your name? Hi, Zach. What's the spookiest monster? A ghoul? What's so spooky about ghouls? Yeah. It's pretty spooky. Have quite the smell, don't they? Yeah, it is. I knew a ghoul once. I used to keep him at arm's length. Or mainly because he was trying to eat my chest. And their arms aren't very long. My arms are longer. I still have a chest. Anyway, Matt, what's the spookiest monster? A vampire. Thank you, you flatter me. But seriously, what's the spookiest monster? Because I like your conviction here, but come on, werewolves. Like wolves, aren't they? Big, spooky werewolves. You can turn into a man. You could be a vampire werewolf. Yeah. You can turn into a wolf. Yeah. This guy gets it. Anyway, I've always had a soft spot for boogeymen. Being the party animal that I am. Mummies. They're pretty great too. Hello, sir. What do you think about mummies? That's true. I unravelled a mummy once. It was a messy affair. Got paper everywhere, but I was sorted for toilet paper for months, so that's nice, isn't it? I think we can all agree here that the spookiest monster can be told to us categorically by Spooky Stan, the Skeleton Man. Spooky Stan, the Skeleton Man. Spooky Stan, the Skeleton Man. Super Stan, the Skeleton Man. Skeletons! Just kiss Spooky Stan. It's gonna curse your face.
Oh no.
Spooked. Brought the tricks back. Skeletons are the spookiest. And that's categorically true. So we've all learned what the spookiest monster is. The spookiest ghoul, the spookiest spook. So let's bring on our next act. This man is very spooky. He's the spookiest man in town. And he's gonna bring us a spooky, one man, 3 character, short play. That's an S for all you who can't see my fingers. So, alright Zach, listen to the lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spook another person. I'm going to pick Matt because he flattered me so earlier. So I'm going to spook you, and you will start the chorus of Spooky Spooks. Ooh! Okay? Yeah. Ooh! 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 Welcome to the stage. The next act is Jim Hogstar! Woo!
comedy play. I must have blanked it. Anyway.
Hello. My name is Josh. I'm 105 years old, and I was born in the year 1995.
Hello, my name is Matt. I'm 100 years old. I was 100 years old, and I was born in the year 2000.
Hey, my name is Mandrex. I'm 63 years old, and I was born in the year 2037. I think my strongest childhood memory comes from about 2008. We were sitting at home, and then me ma comes in from home, from work at the farm, and she has this terrified look on her face, and I says to her, "What's wrong, Ma?" She says, "I'm sorry, Josh. It's old Bessie. She's collapsed." Old Bessie was my family's name for the stock market. It was a troubling time, the credit crunch. We couldn't afford to keep Little Scrunty, so we had to have him terminated. Little Scrunty was my nickname for our Sky subscription. My home never quite felt the same without the sound of him yapping away, providing sports, entertainment and biased news coverage at an affordable price. Well, it was a scary time growing up at the turn of the 21st century. It was all terrorism, that, global warming, this. Of course, the most terrifying moment was when Al-Qaeda teamed up with the sun. Our worst fears had come to light. It was all okay in the end, though, because when the Green Party came into power, they strapped tasers to all the windmills. And now global warming and terrorism are dead forever. It's funny to think that I'm one of the few people still alive who can remember that. I suppose I'm a bit of a relic of a bygone age, like iPods and capitalism. My strongest childhood memory comes from the time of the Great Peak Apocalypse. We should have seen it coming. Gene kits were a dime a dozen. Anyone and his mum could make a new species in their garage. Didn't take long before they'd made all 151 of the original Pokemon. So many people made Pikachus. And then they escaped, and they bred, and they ravaged the countryside. Something had to be done. And so the government called for a nationwide cull. Any Pikachu was to be killed on sight. I was 8 years old when it happened, 2045. I was playing in the garden when I heard this cry. I went down to the fence and I saw it there, covered in blood, stuck on half the fence. I went to tell me Dad, but I knew what he would do. I said to him, "Don't do it, Dad, please. Not this one, just let this one go." You can't blame him for the actions of his entire species. In fact, Dad, is it not the fault of us as human beings and our greed and our hubris that he is here at all? I'd never stood up to my father before that point, and I never did again. And even if he didn't for one moment consider what I had to say, I would do it again in an instant. And so he ignored my protestations, and he put on his rubber gloves and picked up his weighted plastic killing shovel. He marched to the bottom of the garden, dragging me behind him. He raised the shovel above his head, and then he brought it down again 3 times. Whack, whack, whack. It was brutally efficient, and I think those are the 2 words I would most use to describe my father. I remember the time the government brought in a new letter. It was a revolution in linguistics. They call it the dingwah. I was middle-aged at the time, see, and I remember having to explain it to my kids. The
hardest bit was teaching them how to pronounce it. I would spell it to them phonetically, you know, so I'd write it down on a piece of paper, D, I, ding what, Q, ding what again, F. And I'd sing a little song, you know, we all know it, the one that goes, A, B, C, D, ding what, E, F, G, I, double ding what, J and K. Of course, after they brought the double ding what in, they didn't need the other half of the alphabet. Made things a lot simpler. Easy as A, B, ding what, I'll grant you that. I think the one song that I've always loved, ever since I was a boy, is, well, I'm sure you all know it, it's the one that goes, hey now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Yes, yes, I know it might seem trite to say that our national anthem is my favourite song. But god damn it, I love it anyway. You see, the lyrics really spoke to me. I think they were really quite prophetic for the rest of my life. You see, well, the years did start coming and, well, they definitely didn't stop coming. Apart from that one year where they did. Yes, I think I should like it played at my funeral. I can't quite imagine a more appropriate way to drift off into the abyss than to the dulcet tones of Ian Smashmouth and his friends. I suppose the song's really rather archaic now. What with the line, she was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb and the shape of an L on her forehead. No one uses L anymore. Too many right angles. I suppose a more appropriate line would be the shape of a ding what on her forehead. All the best swear words start with ding what. You know the ones. Do I remember the Beatles? Of course I do. We were at war with them for 20 years. Of course, I hated them at first, just like everyone else, but after the war ended, we started to take in an influx of Beatles refugees. I realised that they were perhaps more human than any of us. And I tell you, right now, I would much sooner shake the hand or mandible of a Beatle than of any one of those bastards in Space Parliament. Regardless of which of our organs the Beatles may or may not have laid their eggs in. I remember the time the Loch Ness Monster came out as gay. The media had a field day. Though admittedly that was more because he'd come out at all. The gay thing was really more of an aside. It's hardly a surprise. I mean, I don't suppose there are many lady Nessies in that loch, and when one spends all day looking at one's own reflection in the water, there isn't much one can use to draw inspiration from when one does the monster mash. Before I go, I'd just like to remember one thing. I remember the day they first put a moon on the man. You remember what it was he said? He said, "This is one small step for mankind, and one giant moon on that man." Thank you, I've been Jim Huxley.
Wasn't he spooky, everybody? I did tell you he's the spookiest man in the land. Anyway, I think it's time for a short interval. So feel free to go and get your spooky drinks. And I will remind you again that over here we have the wonderful Bernardos. I didn't make that spooky because I think that would be inappropriate. So yeah, it's a good cause. Just saying. And I have some paper here and here. Feel free to come over in the interval and write the spookiest words you can think of on those, and I will tell you a spooky story, drawing inspiration from these words after the interval. So I will see you in about 10 minutes, I imagine. Hopefully. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the spooky
spookiest compere in town, Ed Dearden!
It's time to get spookiest. That's spooky and serious, people. Because it's time for a spooky story. The spookiest of stories. I'm going to take your suggestions. Gonna get them. There they are. Gonna scavenge like a dog. A filthy vampire dog. I'm gonna tell the spooky story that you all wanted me to tell. Picture the scene. It's a dark, stormy, spooky night. It's a Tuesday. The spookiest night. Except tonight. But that's 'cause it's a special occasion. A young, spooky lad walks up to the spooky gates and says, I am a woman. I walked into this men's as at the breath. The spooky breath. And it's fine, I like the illusion. This boy, this spooky lad, was in fact a spooky lass. And the spooky lass was spooked by breath. The spooky lass wanted to know the true meaning of Halloween. So let's tell her! Let's tell her, everybody! The spooky lass walks into the spooky corridor, the first room of the spooky house. And there she sees spooky YouTubers. PewDiePie! PewDiePie is stood there, looking like death himself. He's screaming! He's screaming at Five Nights at Freddy's 100. It's spooky, and so is he. The lass screams and shouts, "Ectoplasm surprise!" She threw the ectoplasm that she had in her pockets at PewDiePie, and PewDie died. She walked into the next room. It was a spooky room, the living room. She walked into the living room and saw in front of her, Corbin, love. Corbin, love. Why are you in the living room? You're not very spooky. He'd got lost. He'd got lost and he was looking for a well. He didn't find a well. He found a spooky living room. And in the spooky living room, along with love Corbin love, someone's tickling my bomb. Why did Corbin love have a bomb? And why was the spooky lass tickling it? These are the questions that we can answer in our spooky story. The spooky lass pushes spooky Corbin out of the window and says, "Bye, socialism." Spooky Corbin's spooky bomb explodes in a spooky explosion of spooks. She goes into the next room. Your mum's room. This is to make the story personal. She went into your mum's room. Your mum's room. Your mum's room. It was all mum's room. The room of the mums. And you know what mum likes? Mum likes 12-year-olds. And that is probably why she kicked you out of the house on your 13th birthday. And you're going to get her back. You're going to spook her the way she spooked you on that fateful anniversary of your life. I had it the wrong way around. Spooky! And you know why your mum isn't in the spooky mum's room. She has a gynecologist appointment. She's gotta go. She can't be there. She's otherwise engaged. She's got things to do. Ooh. Spooky. Spooky. And in the next room, it was more of a cupboard, a pantry, if you will. Your mum's pantry. In it was loneliness. The scariest monster of all. I lied before, people. Loneliness is the true monster of life. And you know what you know what the young lass did to loneliness? The young lass punched loneliness in its crusty vulva. And you know what loneliness says? Loneliness said, young lass, young lass, live life like there's no tomorrow, and always remember to machete the night away. Yes, you will, young lass. You will machete the night. You will machete it good. And always remember, every spooky story begins with a machete. Except this one, which ends with one. So I think it's about time to introduce our next act. Our next spooky act! It's Lawrence! Come on! Woo!
Hello, how you all doing? Having a good night? What's your name in the front row?
Andrew.
Andrew is a great name. Wish I was called Andrew. My name's Lawrence, which is a shit name. It sounds like that one kid at primary school who always had a runny nose. Though coincidentally, I was also that child. Turns out I'm just allergic to twats. I'm allergic to most things. Cranberries, horses, the feeling of happiness. And most hair, which can cause problems if you're going down on someone. I don't know if you've ever sneezed into a vagina, but it's not pleasant for anyone. So I'm Lawrence. It's Halloween tomorrow. Andrew, you doing anything good? You going out?
Yes.
Al, I'm not going out. I'm staying in to watch television. I got addicted to watching television this summer. I started doing all the textings. I bought a countdown jumper. So I started doing all the textings on the news, and there was one on my local news channel. It said, "Oh, the Queen's coming to visit. If you could take her somewhere, where would you go?" And loads of people were saying nightclubs or takeaways, but the real answer was a taxidermist. She's been Queen for 63 years. Think of all the pets she's had in that time, and all the pets that have died. You can have a whole wing of Buckingham Palace devoted to taxidermied corgis. I said this to my friend, and he said, "No, she's stopped." And it's true, it's on the news that she's got 2 dogs left, and she's not going to get any more. You know, how sad's that? She's going to outlive all of her pets and Prince Charles. Well, then, let's be honest, she's probably going to have him stuffed as well. So I've been watching a lot of television. I've fallen out of love with it because the level of programmes they show at the moment are really bad. Like every show sounds like dating in the celebrity attic or Ant and Dec's Benefits Roadshow. There's one show that really is the pinnacle of terrible shows. You might have heard of it. It's an American show called My Strange Addiction. It's a fairly simple premise, and people go on it with addictions. I mean, strange is somewhat of an understatement. You get some milder ones with a woman who eats cat food, or a guy who has an intimate relationship with his car. But my favourite, the one I watched, was a woman who was addicted to eating plasterboard. Plasterboard? Like what you build a house out of. And the house was built out of it, and she was eating it. Like, how do you start that for the first time? It's like, oh, Oh, I'm a bit peckish. Oh, there's nothing in the fridge. Maybe I should start eating the wall. No, she said she got into it by eating chalk, because if that's a natural progression. Jacob's cream crackers to chalk to things you buy at B&Q. And she kept this from her husband for years. She went to her friends' houses and ate their walls as well. They got it pest control because he thought they had termites. She didn't tell her. And then there was experts were worried about the structure of her house. And for me, there's one way to stop your house falling down. We just stop eating your fucking walls. So after too long watching television, I started doing a couple of days a week work in a British Heart Foundation shop. I think charity shops are great, you know. They're a great way to support good causes and find bargains, and if what you want to buy is the entire back catalogue of Nelly Furtado, then it's the place for you. But yeah, if there's one piece of advice, Andrew, that you personally can take away from this, and everyone else, it's that a charity shop is not the same as landfill. Because I had to sort through that stuff. The strangest donation we ever had was a man. He came in and he donated us a bag of meat. Just a white plastic bag full of minced beef, and it started to smell a little. Like, what possible explanation is there to donate a bag of meat? Maybe he was just trying to be a good Samaritan and help out the British Heart Foundation by broadening their range of products, books and bric-a-brac to a butcher's section. Or maybe it's just a sick joke and he was donating product that can cause heart disease in the first place. Well, then, to be fair, a guy came in the next day and tried to donate 17 kilos of plasterboard. He muttered something about his wife. Love it, Lawrence Cook, thank you very much.
Wasn't that spooky? Wasn't that spooky?
No!
No! Plasterboard is the spookiest of things. How could you possibly not be spooked by plasterboard? I was spooked by a plasterboard once. It was an embarrassing occasion, being the spooky vamp that I am. That's what I do to impress all the spooky fellas at the spooky club. Anyway, I think we're pretty much good and ready for our next act. Our next spooky act. I once met this act while gambling with a couple of skeletons. I lost, he won, and then we went around the back and beat up the skeletons and took everything they had. Spooky! So please welcome to the stage, your next act is the very spooky Dave Duncan!
Hello, Lancaster, how are we? Hello. Right, I will give you a promise. There are no real spooky jokes in this set, but I will promise I will spook all of you by the end. Are we cool with that? Yeah. It'll tie in, it'll be a nice thing that you can all go home and say, I've seen hell. Yeah? Hello. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you through your surnames, if that's a very good way to know somebody. So, for example, hello, sir, what's your first name? We'll start with Henry, and then what's your second name? Banks. Banks. A rich man, perhaps. What's your degree? Natural sciences. Then no. Hello, sir, what's your first name? Andrew. What's your second name? McKendrick. Less good. Okay, McKendrick. Like MC Kendrick. MC Kendrick Lamar? Can you rap? No. Yes, you can. Go. Woo! Hello, sir. What's your surname?
Wells.
Wells. Do you enjoy water?
Yes.
Weird Japanese ghosts from the ring? Yes. See, all links together. My surname is Duncan. I'm David Duncan, which is a fucking rubbish surname, right? Because if you split it up into the two component parts of my name, Dun or Dunny is an Australian word meaning toilet. And can is a word that also means toilet. My name is David Toilet. try and get to know you in a different way. I will pick hello. Hello, the bearded man. Whoa! Why am I doing the spooky thing? I don't give a shit. Hello. Hello, sir. What's your name? James. Yeah, I'll pretend I don't know. Hello, James. We're going to play a little game, a little ice-breaking game called Two Truths and a Lie. Do you understand the rules? I will tell two truths and a lie, and James will have to guess which one of these is true. Two truths and a lie. My name is David Duncan. At a party once I was introduced to a girl. She said she wanted to kiss me. I laughed in her face, said, "No, you don't," and left that party. My name is David Duncan. Two truths and a lie. I once met a girl at a party, and instead of asking anything about her, I instead challenged her to a rap battle, which I won. Two truths and a lie. My name is David Duncan. I was introduced to a girl at a party, and instead of asking anything about her, I instead posited that out of all the vehicles, maybe the aeroplane gets the sickest air of all. 2.5 hours, then you're in Italy. Take that, Tony Hawk, you pile of shit. Which of these do you think was a lie?
The last one, because Tony Hawk is Christ.
False! All of them are true! My life is very sad! The worst bit about the rap battle one, then went out with her for 1.5 years. That's how fire my game is. It was a weird relationship. She enjoyed the band Nickelback. Do people know of Nickelback? Yeah. Does anyone like Nickelback? Thank you! It's hard to take a relationship seriously when you call up and say, "Oh, do you want to go out for dinner later?" And you just hear back, "Nah, sorry, the Back have got a new sound out," and it's pretty swell. It's basically like hearing all the air leave someone's body while a guitar falls down the stairs. I felt I just had an ooh from my Nickelback slam. I'm not averse. I love the old music, the guitars, and I really like the band The Beatles. Have we heard of The Beatles, guys? Yeah. Thank God. So I like the. I used to buy Beatles T-shirts, and when it was Red Nose Day, I think 2011, maybe 2013, there was a Red Nose Day Beatles T-shirt. So it was a black and white picture of them, like red dots over it, and I used to wear it. I wore it when me and my family went to America when I was 15. And we went to Washington DC, where the government lives. And I was and we went into the Capitol building, which is where they sleep. And I was sat there in my Beatles T-shirt, and a man in his 40s came up to me and went, "Howdy," I'm not going to do an American accent. "Howdy, yippee, young man. That's a gosh darn nice T-shirt. Can I buy it off you for $70? I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Until I realised I had no change of clothes. So essentially, a man was just asking me to strip for money. Which, to be honest, I never thought was going to be an option in my life. It was in a government building, I think was the worst bit. There were like literally armed guards around, and they just saw this man ask a child to take his top off. Why was there not an international incident? It's not the only band I like. You know, I think a band that we need to start leaving alone, right, is Coldplay. Woo! Yeah, one solitary woo, but she's the best out of all of you. Coldplay are all right, and people really fucking hate them. When Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, got a divorce last year from Gwyneth Paltrow, the internet, just as a whole, just went, "Ha ha ha! Well done, Chris Martin, you with your aggressively bland music. Why are we so annoyed about that?" It's not like with Nickelback, where it's like the worst that music has ever produced in its lifetime. With Coldplay, at best, they're just quite, like if you like threw a beige wind at somebody. But ha ha ha, Chris Martin, ha ha ha, you're getting divorced, your life is upsetting. What are you going to do? Write a song about it? Yes. He's a musician. What the fuck did he think he was going to do? A nice charcoal drawing? A lot of hipsters hate Coldplay. And if I hate one group of people, it's Armenian. No, it's the hipsters. I hate hipsters. I hate the way they think, the way they act, the way they dress. If you're going to dress like you're from the 1800s hipsters, then don't be concerned when I threaten to duel you. No one has duelled me yet, and my dueling glove is wearing thin. I don't like the thing with hipsters, the fact they're trying to regress back into childhood, yeah? They're taking over their gentrificated places and trying to get them back to childhood. You've got the Ball Pit in Manchester and chocolate milk bars in America. And I don't like the fact they want to keep going, but you'll get to the point, right, where they're going to go so far back into their childhood where you're going to go to a trendy bar and just see a bunch of naked hipsters wearing nappies and suckling dummies. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh no, I'm getting back to my roots, man. Have you not heard my favourite band? They're called Orgasmatron. They're two crabs falling down the stairs. Ooh. You're going to go into a hall and then like, there'll just be a bunch of hipsters partying around inside a massive plastic womb, drenched in jelly, and you'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? No, we're going back to our roots, man. Have you heard my favourite band? They're called Fireman. It's just a vulture flying over a corpse. It's very authentic. You'll get to the point where you go into a hospital and you'll look and you see a bunch of hipsters dressed as sperms, just wiggling their way along the floor. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, no, what? No, this is me. This is just me. This is all I am. Have you heard my favourite band? They're called Genesis. They're all right. I don't want to go back to being a child. It's fucking rubbish. If I ever went back in time and met my former self, I'd go back to when I was 4 years old. I used to get haircuts and just cry so aggressively that the bar would be like, steady on. She was some kind of tiny Samson. And I want to go back in time and meet my 4-year-old self crying on that chair and just say, oh, come on, mate. Don't worry about getting your hair cut. Because aren't you grown up? And life gets so much worse. Come on, you fucking stupid kid. What are you doing? Getting your hair cut? You haven't even heard about tax. Racism. No one you love has died yet. Watch out for the dog, by the way. What about the dog? Nothing. Then my younger self is crying. That's the whole fucking deal. I mean, yeah, the death thing links back to something I saw. I was looking at some posters. That just implies getting on a big chart. I was looking at a poster recently for the Cancer Research Foundation's 5K run, which is a fantastic thing. Do it if you want to. But that sounded very flippant. Please support charities. But honest. And on so it's for their 5K run against cancer, and the thing on the poster said, "Hey cancer, we're coming to get you. Don't threaten cancer, Jesus Christ, that thing's deadly. That will murder you. And plus, even if you're going to attack it, don't go head on. Jesus, sneak behind it. Get a knife, cut its throat, boom, that's it, that's how you do it." Sorry, I got very aggressive. I'll end on something, something different. I'm quite an angry person, quite a sarcastic person. And people say that sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. But to them, I reply, no, it's not, because the lowest form of wit is sucking on a helium balloon and making your voice really high-pitched. Because that shit's just fucking weak. It's not cool to see a big, burly beef with a voice of a child. That's creepy. That's everyone's nightmare. That's every serial killer you've ever seen's favourite thing. It's weird, right? And I'll show you how weird it is. Because look at me, yeah? Got a beer gut, somewhat of a human man. Would you like to hear my Elmo impression?
Yeah.
Yeah? Whatever, sir, I'm doing it anyway. Hi, everybody! I'm Elmo! See? Where is it? How high my voice can go? You just got spooked.
The spookiest thing of all is, that's the end. The end of times. The end of this show. Yeah, that's right, that's right. He just frowned. That's how sad he should be right now. But anyway, this music is really why did we get this the whole show? We should have done that. I'm just saying, that was an oversight. You know, it's not an oversight. Alright. That's the chink. Yeah, I mean, got to do the explosion. Anyway, that's the end. You can catch us every even Friday in here at 8 o'clock. And that's pretty spooky. And also, you know what else is pretty spooky? But spooky in a good way. It's donating to Bernardo's, because they're a pretty cool charity, and there's a bucket right there, and it's pretty cool. let's thank our actors. Thank you to Tom Clements. Yes, Spooky Tom, they call him in Spooky Land. And to Jim Huckster, the spookiest Jim of them all. And to Lawrence Cook, who's also very spooky. And finally, thank you very much to Dave Duncan, the spookiest Duncan of them all. Thank you for coming along. Thank you. You can go now if you want. Bye.